Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. Sometimes I have some things to say before Pack 1 Pick 1, sometimes I don't, but either way I think it's good habit to start in the opening screen before we start talking in the middle of Pack 1. I know sometimes I don't leave myself enough time to talk in the middle of Pack 1, and I'd like to be able to do that. So don't necessarily have much to say at the beginning of today, except if you are here and you are new, and you continue watching this video and you enjoy it, wouldn't mind if you would consider subscribing to the channel. And for those subscribers that are here once again, thanks so much. I very much appreciate you. Not much left except to dive into Pack 1 Pick 1. Alright, here we are, and we opened a dud of a rare in Mirror and Safe House. Does effectively nothing. So what else do we have here? Plated Onslaught, no. Awaken the Sleeper, don't think we need to go this early. Furnace Punisher is fine. I think this is relatively easy. Planar Disruption here, 2 mana Pacifism. Can also enchant a Planeswalker. There is a Duelist of Deep Faith and an Incisor Glider. And a Surgical Skull Bomb that I don't think will definitely won't make it their way back around to us, but we'll put our neighbors in white as well, which could be bad for us. But, I mean, at the end of the day, you're just going to take the card that's best for you, and right now that's Planar Disruption. There's not much argument to be had about it. Don't think it's a particularly close pick there, so we will keep that one and be fine with it. I mean, there are a lot of busted rares you can open in this pack, but Planar Disruption is not, or in this set, but Planar Disruption is not one of them, but it's a fine card. So we'll keep it here, and we will see where we go from here. Alright, what do we got? We got Hexgold Slash, a card I really like. We have Atraxa's Skitterfang, we have Basilica Shepherd, and Flensing Raptor has disappointed slightly for me so far. So I guess the question right here is, do we take something like Skitterfang, which is colorless, but likes oil, or do we take Basilica Shepherd to go with our white card already? This card has impressed. I've only seen it on the battlefield one time for my opponent, and it was good. I mean, you can give something flying. You can give something lifelink. Like, it gained my opponent like 16 life the time they played it. I feel like this is pretty good, but I don't know. I also like Basilica Shepherd here. This could be wrong. Maybe in week 3 or 4 of the format I'll be taking the Skitterfang over most of that, but for now I'm just going to stay with the Shepherd. And what do we see here? That's a big nope. Cankerbloom. 2 mana 3/2 with upside. There's a couple of red 2-drops. This one's not great. Slinger's not great. Head Cleaver is decent in some decks, I think. But I think Cankerbloom is the best card in this pack by a decent bit. And there's no white here. I mean, there's Gold Warden's Helm, but this isn't a great card. So we'll go ahead and take the Cankerbloom and see where we go from there. Alright. Plated Onslaught, again, I don't think is great. Mandible Justiciar is fine. Zealot's Conviction, no thanks. Oil Gorger Troll for very specific decks. Vraska's Fall is... I don't think you can choose creature or planeswalker when you cast this. There is one that you can have them sacrifice specifically a planeswalker, which is good in best of 3 in this format, considering there are 5 rare planeswalkers. So my option here is basically Justiciar versus the Basilica. I guess I just take the 2 mana 2/1 lifelinker. Trades off with their toxic creatures, gains you some extra life. Guess we'll just keep it there for now. Ooh, Chittering Skitterling. 3 mana 1/4. If they're corrupted, you can sack an artifact or creature to draw a card. Goes great with Prophetic Prism. It's also a Terramorphic Expanse. Blightbelly Rat, I wouldn't mind playing, switching over to black-white, but I think the Chittering Skitterling is exactly what this kind of deck wants to start, so we will definitely take that here. I do not like either of these cards, so I don't think they are much in the consideration. I do not like Custodian or Strider. Centurion, not great either. Bay, we're not blue, so, I mean, I guess we're down to one of these green or red cards. And which one do I like best? This card is just too slow. I found this to be too slow. It's cute, and, like, if it goes off, it really goes off, but it's pretty slow. I think Furnace Strider has the highest upside here, so I'm just going to take it, but not put a lot into that pack necessarily. So there's another Furnace Strider. There's a lot of cards in multiple colors here. This card completely destroyed me once, but I don't think it's super great. It just costs so much. There's a Skull Bomb and there's a Hive Master. I think if the Skitterling is going to be good, we have to get some of the cheaper toxic creatures, and there aren't any here. I think the Skitterling's the best card in our pile right now, and this probably goes best in that deck. Well, here's a Terramorphic Expanse, here's a Sinew Dancer, but haven't been super impressed with this. I think we can get this late. We just need... I guess Offer Immortality is not bad either, but I'm going to go ahead and take the land here, sure up my first Terramorphic Expanse, and then Surgical Skull Bomb did wheel. I think this is a very good card. But there's also a Basilica Skull Bomb here. And I guess we just take that. I don't think we're going to go blue. We're not also necessarily married to white. I mean, the pack one pick one was Planar Disruption. I think the best card here is Skitterling followed by Planar Disruption. And then everything else is pretty filler. So I guess I'll take the Dross Pit here. I don't think we're going to be any blue or play the other Mirrodin card. But yeah, both of those cheaper toxic creatures did not make their way back around to us. And I've noticed... I mean, on the draft on Monday, we had a black-white deck that was like half toxic and corrupted, but did not have any 1 or 2 drops with toxic. Maybe we had one drop with toxic, and that was it, which is not good enough. You have to get a high density of 1 and 2 drops with toxic for any of these corrupted things to be good. Well, we have an Atlas and an Expanse. I guess we could also be Aspirant, but we don't have any good... I mean, this is, like, whatever. If we want to splash something, we go, like, black-white splashing something else. I don't think we're playing any of those. This card is getting all of the buzz right now. I have not necessarily been so inclined to draft this deck yet, but it does exist. Glissa. Alright, so here's Glissa. It's 3 mana, effectively unblockable. You draw a card and lose a life every time you hit them. Or you can remove enchantments or potentially even kill planeswalkers. It's very good. There's another Planar Disruption here. And the Duelist of Deep Faith. This is probably the best white 2-drop. Especially for the toxic decks. But yeah, we have to take Glissa here. And I mean, we're giving up on Shepherd. And this doesn't matter. This doesn't really matter either. We can maybe splash a Disruption if we end up light on removal. But Glissa is just insane. So now we got to look out for cheap black 2-drops as well. What does this one do? 3 mana, 3/4. Other creatures you control get -1/-1. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield for 3 mana. I don't think that's very good. So if we're thinking green-black to go with Glissa, we could also be black-white splashing Glissa off of an Expanse, maybe an Atlas or something. So we're not out of white, which means Crawling Chorus could be good. Necrosquito still seems fine. This card is pretty good. Bonepicker Scourge. There's also Mere Convert. 2 mana, 2/1 toxic 1. I mean, that's just good enough sometimes. But I'll go ahead and take the Crawling Chorus here, I think. I don't think the the rare there. Oh my gosh, Necrogen Rot Priest. This card is insane. 4 mana, 1/5 toxic 2. Gives everything else effectively an extra toxic that already has it. And can give your creatures Death Touch. Or some of them. Yes, this is great. And if we can wheel this Branch Blight Stalker, green-black all the way. Even this Gulping Scrap Trap might not be bad. But we're taking the Rot Priest, and I think we have a lot of incentive to be green-black now. This is a very, very tough pick now. Now, I've mentioned the 2-drops with Toxic are very important, and I don't know how much more important than Venomous Brutalizer, though. It's a 4 mana, 4/4 Toxic 3, which is just huge. And when it ETBs, you could pay 2 to proliferate as well. This could be wrong. I could very well see Blightbelly Rat being the correct pick here, especially considering we're probably not playing this or this or this. So our 2-drops are looking a little light, but this card is just very good. Prophetic Prism could help splash. Potentially still. What else do we have? Maze Skull Bomb. That's about it. There's no black cards here. So I guess I'm taking Prism and not knowing if I'm going to need it. Okay, now there's a Whisper of the Dross, which I don't mind playing a copy of this. See, there's a good amount of X1s, and it proliferates, which is good for what we're doing here. Maze Skullbomb, Plague Nurse. Tainted Observer on the splash? Maybe. That might not be bad. If we go black-green, we could potentially splash this as a flying toxic threat. I don't think Plague Nurse is where we want to be. I guess Bone Picker Scourge here over a second Atlas. This card's unplayable. I don't like this card. Duress is unplayable. I don't like this card. This is not our colors. I guess we take a Paladin, but I don't know how much I want to play that. I guess Plague Nurse at this point over Thirsting Roots. Okay, so at this point in the draft, yeah, I'm already having regrets a little bit. I mean, it's a shame that every time we wanted to take a good 2 or 1 drop with Toxic, we had other insane cards. Glissa, Rot Priest, and Brutalizer. Now, if I have that same pick between like a Rot Priest and a Blightbelly Rat in pack 3, I think I have to take the Blightbelly Rat at this point. Notably, the 2 mana 3/1 Toxic 2 did not wheel either, which would be another great card for us. So those 2 cards are like pretty high on my list here for pack 3. This is unplayable, so we're not looking at that one. The Skitterfang is back here. This would be much, much better if we had 2-drop Toxic Creatures, which we don't. So I think we're going to take the Ickerspit Basilisk over a second Plague Nurse, a second Whisper, and an Infectious Inquiry. Yeah, I think we're taking the Basilisk here. Just need some Toxic. Here we go. That's what we're looking for. Pestilent Siphoner. What does this one do? This is a great card. Would not mind playing this card, but I don't think we can take it over a 2-drop with Toxic. We just have to take this. Maybe Predation or Edifice or Dross Skull Bomb Wheels. Might consider playing any of those. But definitely taking the Siphoner here. Looking for Blightbelly Rats and 2 mana 3/1 Toxic 2 in green. Those are our kind of cards. There we go, Blightbelly Rat. Don't even know what else is here, but I think we're just taking this. It's another Whisper, another Dross. A Natural Restoration, fine. But yes, Blightbelly Rat is exactly what we're looking for. Okay, so we're getting there a little bit. Don't think we're playing Crawling Chorus. I don't know if we're going to need to splash this. We'll have to take a look. I think we might need to splash the Tainted Observer, depending on our toxic count at the end of the draft here. But we will see where we need to get. I mean, the Rot Priest and Glissa are just... like, going something like killing their X1 into Blightbelly Rat, into Glissa, into Rot Priest is just, I mean, it's going to be difficult for them to beat that. Alright, no 2-drops. Black is 100% cut, so guess we take a Tyranax Atrocity. I don't mind playing a copy of this card. I think this card is actually pretty good, which might be a hot take, but I think it's decent. A little expensive. There is a draw Skull Bomb, but I think we might wheel one, so maybe I'll just take an Infectious Inquiry and maybe play it for some card advantage. It does give our opponent a poison counter as well. We didn't get any of the good black removal spells. In fact, we didn't even see any of them. Well, I guess we're playing another Rot Priest, right? Yeah, let's take another one. It's legendary, but who cares? Alright, well, it's a 2-drop. It doesn't have Toxic, but, I mean, I think we just have to take the 2-drop. Although, Incubation Sac... Are we aggressive or controlling? I mean, this card is good in controlling decks. Might have been a mistake, but... I just don't think we have the Toxic count as high as I would like it here. So I guess we take Plague Nurse. Titanic Growth, Infectious Inquiry number 2. I don't think I'm playing 2 of these. So I guess I'll just take that. I doubt we need to splash. Maybe we... No, that's... The advantage of this card is the fact that it costs 2 mana, and you can just fire it off on their 3-drop or something. But if we're splashing it, there's a chance we don't cast it till turn 5 or 6 or something. I guess draw Skull Bomb. Well, here's another. Don't think we're playing 2. So this is currently 24, including a couple of cards that I may not really like playing here. I don't think we completely got there. So let's see how we build it. It might be a quick deck build today. Yeah, again, this is 41. Prism, Atlas, Expanse, 1 island. Can splash the Observer. I think we have to splash the Observer. It's pretty good in our deck. Yeah, we got some suspect cards here for sure. I think we have to play this and this. All of these. I mean, our creatures are all fine. Inquiry's okay. Vraska's Fall's questionable. And I guess playing a Dross, a Whisper, and a Titanic Growth is not the end of the world. Well, I mean, that deck pretty much just built itself, I suppose. We don't really have other options. We have more Draw Skull Bombs, but that's a little slow. What's our creature count at? 17? That's fine. What's our toxic count at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 creatures with toxic, but a lot of them are pretty high, so we're not really like a corrupted deck. We're like a kill you with toxic deck. Which means cards like Bonepicker Scourge are not as good, but I don't think we can really afford to make many changes here. So that's how I will run it back, and we'll see if it can compete today. See you in game 1. All right, opponent goes first, but we basically have the oh, I thought this was Blight Belly Rat for a second. I was gonna think 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, and just say exactly what we wanted. Oops, I didn't move the camera. All right, red, white. Hex Gold Halberd. Which one is this? First strike and trample on your turn. Okay. Oh, man. Well, yeah, I mean... They're having a good curve out here. Hopefully Glissa survives. Darn, they have a combat trick here, so we have to take 6. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just get beat down, I guess, right? I mean, if we attack with Glissa, they're going to use their combat trick on defense. Well, no, because this has first strike. They could still... Well, first strike and death touch, so... I don't know why I just played that pre-combat. The reason I played it pre-combat is I did not think I was going to be attacking. And then I changed my mind. So, do as I say, don't as I do. Play this in post-combat next time. That way you can bluff things, because that was definitely the wrong choice there. Okay, I have to block with the Rot Priest here. So, if they attack and they use a combat trick, I mean, I have to block. Yeah, so... I fully expect this to die anyway, so I'll just let them use the trick here. And then, yeah. Doesn't have trample though, so... Well, I'm not attacking this time. So I could play Atlas plus Scourge. Or I could play a 4-drop, in which case I probably should have just played my tap land if I was going to do that. The Scourge does effectively nothing here, so yeah, I just misplayed a tap land as well. Okay. Well, guess we're holding back. Red-white aggro. I mean... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That kills us, doesn't it? Yep. Cool. Sometimes you die to aggro. Alright, we'll go second again with a... not a great curve. I mean, maybe this shows the importance of 1 and 2 drops in the format, I guess, right? I mean, double red, still no plays. Just drawing nothing but 4 and 5 drops, so... definitely scary here. Can't even block it. Yeah, I'll just keep on drawing 4 drops. Please give me lands now. Looks like they're going to slash it down anyway. So today is a lesson in deck building. What I would give to have a Blightbelly Rat in this hand, except for instead of a Venomous Brutalizer, is a lot. So, take 2 drops. Blocks well, I guess. They still had priority and everything was tapped. They might have another Hex Gold Slash here. Well, I mean, I don't think I can just not block. Go ahead and give your +3/+1 trick. Blazing Crescendo, yep. Yep. Sure. Another combat trick. Okay. Yep. Planning to just trade this with their rebel and take 5. Take 7. Just attack with everything. You have no reason not to. You win next turn if you attack with everything, so... The curve in this deck is so bad. Either that or we're just drawing things so wildly out of order. I mean, I don't know, man. Sure. Okay, well, let's hope we can draw cards in the right order in our last game here. Okay, we'll go second. Again. And, I mean, we have creatures, so ideally we can trade with their creatures. That's the goal here, I suppose. So, we're going to just get on board and play a 2/2 here. Okay. Fully expecting whatever I play to die. So this thing dying has the best... It has a death trigger. Okay, they get 2 mites. Sure. How did you cast that? Oh, okay. Alright, I guess we trade for a combat trick here. I mean, I know they have one, but we can't just not block. They're gonna... Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, now they can't advance their board, so that's good for us. Mana efficiency says Rat and Prism, but let's see what Prism gets us before combat here if we want to change our mind on that. I freaked out for a second. I was like, why is there an island in my deck? And then I remembered. I'm going to hold... No, because we're going to have Rat. So we can... We have a decent enough blocker, I suppose. If they want to throw away a Mite to get in 1 Toxic, I'll be fine with that. Okay, they have their own Rat. Yeah, that's better for them because now we're corrupted and they're not. So... I think I'm going to play the Scourge in the event that this gets them corrupted next turn. This will become better. That's wonderful. Don't know what you do, but sure, it's good. Okay. Lands are great. So we're going to go to combat. We're going to go here and here. They are now corrupted. Which means we have the Wombo combo with Skitterling and Gladiator. Okay, so they're going to play some flyer that's going to make this thing die now. There it is. So we'll do this. And we'll bring it back. I guess we're sacking the Bone Picker Scourge now. Stupid thing has double strike. Why did I... For some reason I thought this costed 3 mana. It was this that cost 3 mana, so now I just burned my mana. And now I can't do this combo. Oh my god. Oh well. One of those days, huh? Everybody has these days, right? Okay.
There is no running.
Alright, now we gotta sack our Skitterling to itself. Because of Nahiri. So we have 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. Don't think I'm gonna pay 2 to proliferate here. This is all just kind of not really mattering at this point. We're just dead in 2 turns effectively here. So I mean, as long as they have Nahiri and an Apostle of Invasion, we lose a creature every single turn. Okay, so
Stand up and fight.
I mean, if you hit with the Apostle and the Shepherd, I'm dead next turn. So I don't know why exactly you're not doing that. Nine turn clock.
Show me what you're made of.
Okay. Yeah, we should be long dead by now if they had played this correctly. Alright, well, I guess I have nothing to do. Oh, this thing isn't legendary? I thought this was legendary. No, it's not. Alright, well. Guess I'll do this. Good thing we don't have removal in our deck. Yeah, we this game, we're just playing with house money here. We have long lost this game. If they had just attacked, we would just be dead. Okay, sure. They have 4 blockers, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attackers. So right now they're taking 1, 2, 3, 4 plus Titanic Growth is 8. So do we go for it? And they're technically at 7. So I guess we have to go for it then, right? They are getting priority, but it could be... No, it is... It could just be this. Alright, well, I guess we're going for it. We have lethal unless they have a removal spell in hand. Kind of have to block the Rot Priests as well, I would think. Okay, so... Okay, resolves... Activate this. They're still getting priority, so they have something. A blue. Interesting. Now the question becomes, do we go for Titanic Growth here? And I think we have to. Because if we go for Titanic Growth, they have to remove the creature we Titanic Growth. And then this, and this die. So... let's go for it. Let's see what they got. Okay. Alright, we got it. Somehow. We just were playing with house money there again because they should have killed us a long time ago, but did not. So, let's ride this luck streak and see how much farther we can go. Alright, we'll go second for the 4th straight time, and hand looks fine. I guess we'll keep it here. One, two, three, I suppose. Now, this completely blanks our 2, so that's kind of nice. But, still have it. Now, a island off the top would be great. What is this? Whenever a creature control dies, scry 1, put an oil, remove 2 oils to draw a card. That looks pretty slow. That's a good one. So I can have this trade with their Swooping Lookout for 3 mana and just kill this. Or I can trade the Siphoner for the Skull Welder, which is probably just what I'm going to do here. Okay, they're not going to attack with it. Well, this is completely blanking our Atrocity right now, so that's not great. would very much like to find Whisper of the Dross. I think this card is actually pretty good. And another flyer, yeah. Yeah. On the struggle bus here. I don't think we're going to have time to use the second ability on that, so... The Skull Dweller's making life difficult. Okay. I'm not sure what we have in the deck to kill that. But we need to find it. Yeah, I think we're just about dead here. Just played out all our creatures, and then they played better ones, I suppose. See, this just isn't doing anything right now. Alright, guess we're chumping the Shepherd this turn. Okay. Don't know what that does, but I'm sure it's outstanding. Yeah, pretty much. Pro red and green. Okay, so we got to do this and this. And that'll pretty much put us dead here. Well, buddy. Yeah, I can't. Never really was able to do anything. You have 4 sources of blue to cast this. We just never really were able to, so. Pro red and green, so we chump here, take 4, I guess, and then die next turn. Ah, 6, yeah. Ah, that'll do it too. Okay. Sweet. Well, that draft was just awful. That whole killing people with poison just has not seemed like a good strategy so far. I mean, all the decent-ish payoffs and stuff. I mean, like, this card did nothing, this card did nothing. The Rot Priest didn't have time to get going. I mean, I think you can't get into this deck until you have a high density of 2-drops that have Toxic, because we never did anything well enough. We also never saw a single black removal spell. So Drown in Ichor and the 2-mana exile of 3 or less thing, didn't see a single one of those to get into the deck. So, I mean, we got into the deck for Rot Priests Brutalizers, and Glissa, which is a good reason to get into it. We just never really got going with all that. So yeah, 1 and 3. Again, I am committed to showing you everything on the channel, whether I win or lose. I'm not here trying to, I mean, I'm trying to do the best I can as far as win as much as I can, but it's not going to happen. I'm sure plenty of you have 1 and 3s every now and then as well. And we go through lulls, we go through peaks and all that and everything in between. So end of the day, if you're still here, thank you. And if you're not, you'll never see this. Thanks so much for sticking around at the end of this video, and I will see you next time for your daily draft.